Hi everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. Today I will share with you 3 thrift flips and I have a bonus one for you as well, so stay tuned for all this. For my first flip I will start out with this cast iron riser that I've had in my garden, just as a riser for a flower pot like that, but I will turn it around like this and I will cover the holes best I can. And I also have this, I think it's plaster, this lion that was broken and I got it from my brother-in-law, and guess what, it has a hole there, and I will make a fountain. Yeah, you heard right, I will make a fountain. It will go like that. And I also need a background for it, and I will use this old kitchen cabinet door for that. So I start out by sketching out how large I want it. This video is part of the Third Thursday Thrift Flips challenge hosted by Tammie at the Rusted Willow and Elizabeth at Southern Gmo Girls. And the guest host is Moom at Creative DIY with Moom Does. You will find links down in my description to their channels, as well as a link to the playlist of this challenge for more flip ideas. Then I will have the lion head like that and sunbeams coming out of the lion's head made of wooden skewers, and then the basin there at the bottom. We do this flip together, my hubby and I, and he starts out by cleaning this basin. Now we need to cover the holes, and I will take this fiberglass tissue to cover it up and put some epoxy on it. I start out with small plastic pieces on the back side of it for that epoxy not to seep through, and I do that all the way around, and then I cut good sizes of this fiberglass like that, and I have to wear gloves because it's not good to handle with your bare hands. Put it on each side, a little bit excess on the top so it can be wrapped around that rim, and then we mix our epoxy like that, just with a plastic spoon. Then I take a paintbrush that I can throw away later on and just put as much as I can on top of that fiberglass. It was a bit messy to work with it, but I think we did okay. And I do that on all the holes all the way around this basin to get it somewhat waterproof. And the same on the holes on the back of that basin, just wrap it around and put that epoxy both on the back and on the front, and I cover the whole basin then in that epoxy as well, just to be sure. While that is drying, I go back to the back of my fountain, and as you can see here, I have already made a hole just where the mouth of the lion should be, all the way through that kitchen cabinet door, and I put a very strong adhesive, plenty of it in the back, and now I'm putting on the sunbeams or my wooden skewers, and I put 2 and 2 together to get a better visual effect, and I let them just be the size they are. As soon as they have dried completely, I will cut them to size. And now they have dried, and I just take some pliers and cut them to size. And now I will paint the whole thing in a black satin color. That will be the backdrop, especially on the lion head. The rest will not show that much because my plan is to put mosaic on top of that background. You will see in just a moment. So I only needed 1 coat of this black satin color. I have some black tiles that I will use. I just put them inside a plastic bag like this, and then I will start banging with my hammer to get them to the sizes that I need them to be, my mosaic. And here I have started to lay out the mosaic pieces onto my fountain background. And I start out with the edges because there I will use the pieces that has already a nice edge from the broken tile. As you can see, I have not put any mosaic on the very bottom of my background because there I will attach the basin later on, so it will just be in the way, these tile pieces. So let's move into a contradiction here. I have just repaired the basin, filled in any holes, and now my hubby is drilling 2 new holes. That is to attach it to the background, so we need to do it. But they will be secured with silicone later on, so the water will not seep through there. And here I am putting on varnish. It's a black varnish, 2-in-1. Back to the background, and I have put on all my pieces, looking good already. Now it's a matter of attaching them, and I use the same strong adhesive that I've used earlier for the lion head. I'm painting the edges of some of the mosaic that will not be covered with the grout later on. Here I am beginning to put on the grout, and I have a very dark grout. I mixed a grey and an anthracite, very dark grey color, because I didn't have enough of that dark one. But it worked just fine, and I'm taking my spatula and moving it in every angle to get those joints filled with grout. And I try not to put anything where I have my sunbeams. And I do smaller sections at a time, and then I go in with a damp sponge and cleaning my joints when you're still able to manipulate the grout. Just rinsing it very often to make sure the joints look good. While the joints are drying, I will go in to embellish the lion head, and I do that with my creamy gold color that I use so often, just dry brushing it on to highlight the texture of my lion. The grout has dried, and now I'm cleaning off my mosaic pieces over and over again to really take off that dust from the grout, polish them. I'm back with my creamy gold color, and I paint the sunbeams so they will pop. Since this will be a working fountain, I cover the whole background with 2 coats of a satin finished varnish. It will not be wet, but I don't want any humidity to seep through the mosaic and destroy that kitchen cabinet door. Time to attach the basin to the background, and we're drilling holes there to fit the holes we just made in the basin. We put some silicone in the holes that we just drilled for the water not to seep through, but we will continue to secure it. Later on I will show you. And we attach the pieces together with some screws with screw nuts. We bought a mini pump, water pump from Amazon, and attached a plastic tube that will go in right there and then come out of the mouth of the lion. So we drill a hole here, even more holes. Can't have enough holes to cover up with silicone, so drill that hole big enough to fit that tube through like that, and just feed it through the whole tube. There it is on the front, and on the back it looks like this. Now I'm putting on lots and lots of silicone, and we have a black silicone, so that is perfect for this project, and we cover up that tube as well. We had to make a few adjustments to get it to work, and here my hubby is cutting off that metal tube because it was way too long, and we have covered it up more with that black silicone because the first time we tried with water it actually leaked a bit. So now it's time to test it, and I put in water almost up to the rim, and then we will try that fountain and hopefully it will work. Yay, it does work actually. It goes a little far to the front, but we will adjust that later on. But for now, we will not have water in it because it's not in its right place. But I will have it here in my kitchen area, and I have decorated it for Christmas just with some LED lights pouring out of its mouth for the time being. We have a dry fountain looking a little bit Christmassy with lots of Christmas ornaments in the basin. Looks pretty, I think. Tell me, what do you think of my fountain? My second flip is a very easy flip. I have purchased this 80s looking piece. It's actually metal, not glass, so I'm happy for that. A lot easier to flip. So the only thing I will do here is to spray paint it, the top in a golden color and the base in a black matte color. If you're new to my channel, hi, I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrift flips, decorating, renovation of my home, some pottery, some painting, anything creative really. Please join me, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and join my YouTube family. Voila, here it is in my living area. looking more up to date now, I think. Ready, all dressed up for Christmas with a chunky candle in the center and a lot of Christmas ornaments in that bowl. Tell me what you think. Still 80s or much more in this century? For my third flip, I will show you how to make a beautiful tablescape with just thrifted items. And first I have those beautiful Christmas trees that are metal and they are silvery. I want them gold, so I will just cover up that wooden base and start spray painting them with a metallic gold spray, and I only needed one coat. And that's all I will do with my thrifted items, really. So here I am with one of my cats keeping me company. I will start out with this wooden tray that I just thrifted for €1, same in US dollars. And I have a rustic branch that I just picked from the woods, all dried up. And I have these 3 candle holders that I thrifted as well, €1 each, that I will put like that. And then I have these Christmas trees that I just spray painted, and I have some Christmas ornaments, thrifted them as well. I thrifted a bunch of things and I got them all for €10. I don't know exactly what I paid for just the ornaments, and these are some things I already had on hand. The ceramic flowers, thought they matched in color, looked very good. Then I have some bottle brush trees that I've just spray painted last year, smaller ones on that tray and some bigger ones to the side, and that's it really. Just light the candles and we are done. And here is a closer look of my tablescape. Rustic, simple, feeling of Christmas, and my cat fits right in. Here is my bonus treasure flip. Remember when I smeared on that epoxy on my fountain with that paintbrush? I let that paintbrush sit in that bucket of epoxy and it looked like this when it came out. But I rather like it because it looks like a piece of art, sort of. It can stand alone like that. But I don't like that plastic fork, so I will do my best to cut that off. But I love that paintbrush stuck in that epoxy. So you will see what I will do with it. So I scrape that plastic off so it won't show. And then I will go and spray paint my piece. I will spray paint the paintbrush in a black matte color, and then the base and a little bit of the brush I will spray paint in a gold color. If you like this video and videos like this, consider subscribing and hit that like button. It will help my channel to grow and I can spend more time creating inspirational content for you. My aim is to upload 1 or 2 videos per week. I will put my piece in this old baking form like that, but first I will just clean it up properly and spray paint it with this black matte spray paint that I used for this paintbrush. Last touch is to put on some of my creamy gold color just on those stripes on the paintbrush, and then I am done. And here it is in my living area, sitting right beside a painting that I made. Stop for a moment and listen. Life is so much more. So tell me what you think of my flips today, my creations. Did you have a favorite? Let me know in the comments. I love to read your comments. Means so much to me. Now it's time to head on over to my description box and hit that link to the playlist of this challenge for more flip ideas. Just click and enjoy. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.